The final operator in our operator guide series, IQ, is here, and we're going through her as an operator, strengths and weaknesses, and all that jazz. I want to take this quick time to thank everybody for the support on all of the videos. I don't know how many extraction videos I have left to make, but it's been very, very appreciative that you came and found my channel over the last week or so. So much love to all of you. If you have and you are new, please make sure you like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell as always. But I think it's time to get into the high IQ of IQ. Jumping into IQ, we're going to take a look at her ability, obviously, and the advancements that she has and the weapon selection that she also has as well. Once again, for me, Paralysis Grenade and Revive Kit are just top tier. You can maybe swap some other stuff out if you feel like it, but I've just found that Paralysis Grenade is so good, especially when it comes to dealing with a lot of the problem enemies. The issue with IQ to start out with is that she's 5 speed, which is amazing, but she's only 2 armor, which means that she's very, very squishy, and it means that she doesn't have the greatest of time when she gets overwhelmed. But for her ability that she has, she detects react equipment and more through obstacles. So she pulls up the little visor and goes from there, and she also can carry an additional 3 magazines per weapon, so she maybe does have a little bit of a use there. The P12 is the only gun that she has in a secondary. She has 5 weapons. She starts off with the AUG A2, very good gun. I use that for the majority of the leveling until I unlock the commando. The M870 is fairly decent, but I probably wouldn't use it. The same with the MP7. I'm not a massive fan of it. You go through your ammo very, very quickly. Then you've got the commando, which is a pretty decent gun. The 552 Commando, I enjoyed using it in my time, but then I eventually gravitated over to the G8 A1 because of that long amount of capacity of ammo. The reason why I tend to go with capacity of ammo over anything, even if it's silenced or not, is because unless it's a high damage, I'm able to do a bunch of damage for longer against some of the higher level enemies, i.e. like Tormentors or the Apexes. Let's go over the advancements though. So we obviously have the Spectre. Then you're able to detect Sower Mines, Arc Spines, Spores, or Nutrient Gnomes. So that's pretty fun if you are like trying to figure out where stuff is before you get started on certain stuff. When you unlock the shotgun, then you get an armor upgrade only by 10%, unfortunately. Then you're able to carry an additional 3 magazines per weapon. You get the arsenal update, you get the commando and the MP7. High frequency, you then get detecting lurkers and smashers while using the Spectre, regardless of the cloaking ability, so that's pretty good. And then we also have the speed increased by 35%, an arsenal update. Then finally, you can detect apexes and proteins via the ability that she has. The only one that you can't detect is grunts, I think it is. If we go back through, yeah, it's grunts and the spikers and also the tormentors. So fairly decent, but let's go through her strengths and weaknesses. Strengths and weaknesses of IQ. I think that the speed, having that 5 speed is very, very good. The downside is having like 2 armor is very bad. It's not very good unless you're comparing it to, or like combining her with like Rook. I do think that, you know, you get a little bit of extra damage reduction. But yeah, if IQ gets caught out, she is in a little bit of a pickle. I think her weapon selection is very good. I also think, obviously, you go with the React Tech as well, which is very good. And let's talk about her ability, because her ability is sometimes good, sometimes bad. The reason being is it's not as good as like Pulse being able to see where all the nests are and scanning them, or being nearby a nest within 8 meters and scanning. But having the ability to see where all the React Tech is on the map, like the different med kits and explosives, or the ability upgrades, is good as well. And being able to see some of the higher level enemies as well with IQ is pretty good. But I just don't know whether or not I find as much of a use of it like I would with pulse. The jury's out. I haven't probably used IQ enough, and it's mainly down to the fact that she's very squishy. That's just my overall take on the operator. I do think that she is very good. I think that she's good for intel. She might be pretty decent when it comes to doing maelstrom runs, especially if you need medkits or reactability or tech, as we've just mentioned. But yeah, I think IQ is fairly decent. I don't know whether she's top tier in the game, in my personal opinion. If you have played her, please let me know how you play her and what setups you like running, and if I am wrong about the character, or what you think you would do whenever you play the operator as well. But yeah, that pretty much covers the final operator guide for Rainbow Six Extraction, until we have some new ones. There might be some in the near future with the crisis events and such, but yeah, that's all I have to really say. If you've enjoyed this video and the series of videos, there'll be a playlist up on my channel as always, so go back and check them all out. But enjoyed this video, make sure you like on it, subscribe if you're new, turn on that notification bell as always, and this has been It's Jimbo, and I will see you guys next time.